Hi, I'm John Kenfield from the Solutionist group with video number 41 in the series 50 Common Causes of Conflict in Family Business and What to Do About Them. This video is about the next generation. The classic definition of any family business is a business that is substantially owned and managed by two or more family members. Then we have the situation where the more generations a family has in its pedigree, the more seriously it seems to take its family business credentials. In fact, almost invariably, a family appears to take the beginning of recorded time from the date on which the founder of their family business started off the business itself. And frequently the actual family history is only effectively considered worth taking seriously from the generation that commenced the family business onwards to the current day. Now, many families are in business with a very high level of motivation to create something which they are able to nurture and develop and pass on to future generations. Family groups go completely misty-eyed when you start to talk about grandchildren that haven't even been born yet or even thought about. And the idea of leaving a legacy, of leaving something worthwhile, of benefiting a family is, of course, one of the oldest emotions that all of us can have. So where does the next generation, in and of itself, potentially cause conflict? Well, as we know, modern generations, since the beginning of recorded history, have always been to some degree in conflict with their elders. Socrates is known for having stated that it's terribly frustrating that modern generations don't show the respect for their parents that previous generations did, and he was writing well over 2,000 years ago. Same expressions are very relevant now. But in the last 50 years, changes in society, in education, in technology have far, far exceeded anything we've ever had before. Consequently, new generations are growing up with training, knowledge, education, experience that previous generations didn't even contemplate in many cases, let alone experience. So not only do we have the natural biological age difference between generations, the younger people with more energy, with more desire to prove themselves, perhaps with more ambition, an older generation that has perhaps done a lot of what it set out to do and is more concerned about protecting and preserving and passing on rather than building a new empire because they've already finished slaying their own dragons. That creates a fundamental conflict between generations. And in many cases, it's easy to blame, but really it's nobody's fault. It simply is and has always been. The real issue for business managers, for family owners, for people in family business environment is, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to actively try to make sure that the next generation works with the current generation and is not in conflict? How do you do that? Well, the solution is not that difficult. As many studies have demonstrated, the majority of successful family businesses have begun training next generations whilst they were young children sitting around the dining table or the breakfast table at home with their parents, hearing about what's going on in the business. Far more successful entrepreneurs have grown up in that family business environment than have ever been produced by business schools, who produce highly skilled executives, but not necessarily founding entrepreneurs. So what we should do is create opportunities for next generation family members to learn about business through vacation jobs, to learn about working with their siblings and with their cousins in working committees that teach them business, collaboration, problem solving, decision making, research skills, and things like philanthropy, investment, and environmental responsibility are obvious committees that can be established as training grounds to introduce them to the business. If you set up the right foundations, the next generation will complement the current generation. They'll stand on their shoulders, not try to fill their shoes, and the family will have a maximum opportunity of proceeding to a next generation. I hope you found this useful, and please stick around for more. Thank you.